Thanks for clicking on this video, everyone. This is actually just the grade prediction video for my second submission. This submission was a bulk submission. Pardon me as I flip through the paperwork here. It was 201 items. The timeline, that's what you care about. I'll provide that again. I already set up the other part of the video. The prediction video, I shot it obviously before I sent the order off, so that's already been edited. But today, it's November 20th, opened up my email just a few hours ago, and boom, there it was. So timeline is what you care about. I submitted this order on June 4th. Just got the email today, as I said, November 20th. Keeping track, days may be off a day or two, but 118 business days for a bulk order submitted on June 4th. Now, I submitted another order just about 2.5 weeks prior, or that they got it 2.5 weeks prior. They got it on May 18th. So keep in mind, this one, June 4th, is when they got it, logged it in. The prior one, they got it May 18th, and we're talking 2020, obviously. That one took 85 business days. So that 2.5 week time frame from their receipt from May 18th to this current order, June 4th, that I'm talking about here, it tacked on an extra 33 business days. So it went from 85 to 118. Now again, I'll recap that in the slides that'll follow this before we get up to the grade predictions, but I just wanted to share some things real quick, because when I'm sorting my cards, I don't know if you do this, you probably do, but I'm sitting there watching other YouTubers who talk about their things. They talk about what's going on, stuff they're investing in, stuff they do to grade. And this one guy in particular, he just came across my recommendations. He was talking about SGC. He had gotten an order back from SGC. His video was actually put up about a month ago. And at that point, he was at 93 business days. So again, you see how things are really accelerating. Oh, and one more thing before I forget. I got an email from SGC since I submit bulk, and I've done that once. I'm on the bulk club. But I got an email from one of the guys there that's kind of like the individual who handles the bulk orders. And this was a couple weeks ago. He said SGC is no longer offering the bulk discounts. They're doing that to deter people from sending stuff in. Hey, please don't make us take your money. But it's a means of trying to get caught up. They're so far behind that they're trying to deter new orders to catch up on the old orders. I get it. They said the focus is going to be on the bulk orders. That's why they're doing that in terms of what they already have. Strange business philosophy, right? You always want people to give you more business, right? In this case, obviously they just weren't ready for it. And I think that's one of my gripes still with SGC, and other people have that as well, that even if you go to the site now, you're not getting an accurate ETA. So June 4th order, that's when they got it. I just got the email on November 20th, 118 business days, baby. So now you know, if you've submitted your stuff after June 4th, now you know what you're looking at, and expect a longer time than 118 days, as I demonstrated from my May 18th order to this June 4th order in terms of when they received it. So getting back to it, what the guy was talking about in his video, he was just talking about a couple tips, and these are things I'm just going to talk about. You probably already know these things, but gentlemen, ladies, whatever card you're grading, make sure you have your jeweler's loupe, magnifying glass, great lighting, whatever it takes for you to be able to see the surfaces, because he was saying that some of them he didn't look at the surfaces, he didn't check the centering. Make sure you do that, because that's your money. Most of my cards are older cards that I submitted, and you'll see in the video. But when it comes to the more modern cards, sometimes maybe they're a borderless card, just do a simple search of a PSA 10 and see what a 10 looks like, and see how the centering is. I want you guys to do well, and ladies, with your submissions, just take that extra step and do a little extra homework. He said he didn't, So some of his stuff was coming back as 9s and 9.5s that he thought might have been 10s. So take that extra step. Now with the light, get what you need to get. I'll show you what I use here. No, I'm not turning lighter before your eyes here, but I'll try to get that in there. Obviously this is not going to work out too well. Let me turn it off. This is what I use here, just a super bright white light, and then again just a magnifying glass, something to go ahead and help you see the surfaces, because corners, surfaces, centering, that's the main thing. Like I said, most of you probably know that already. Let me adjust this a little bit. But for those of you that maybe are newer to it, thinking about it, put in that work, invest a little bit of money. Additionally, on eBay, there's a tool that they have. It's a thing you can order. It's like 22, 23 bucks after tax. That helps you with centering. You lay it on top of the card, and it helps you show centering if you're not sure. So in addition to that, he was talking about SGC cards, some things he had bought prior to, in addition to his submissions, but some things he had bought when they were SGC 10s, 9.5, stuff like that. It was a couple LeBrons he was showing. I think they were 2018 cards, first Laker jersey cards. And he was saying that on a lot of them, what he paid for them now, the cards are worth less. Now, granted, the market fluctuates, but he's saying that SGC isn't holding value, in his opinion. So, if you're somebody thinking about SGC, I would say that's definitely something you want to look at. Do your research. Maybe it turns out that PSA, even though they have an extended wait time, that is worth it because they're holding value in this market. That's what he was saying. He said that he's surprised because it's the same for me. Because I think, to me, when I read over the SGC standards, going back to my first order, I was super stringent with those things. And I think that I was pretty much on the mark, if not within a half point each time. But their standards are really tough, especially when it comes to centering. So the market just likes what it likes, though. Maybe that shifts in 5 or 10 years. Who knows? But for right now, the market loves PSA, even though it seems like SGC may have as tough a standard, if not a little more difficult in some regards. BGS, in light of recent information, we're not even going to go there. But I'll let you get to the video. Prediction video. It's November 20th. I expect to have the cards back probably mid next week. We've got Thanksgiving in there on the 26th. So it'd be great if I get these back on the 24th, because then I can go ahead and shoot the video on the 26th or 27th and get it up by the time the weekend comes. But with the cards here you're about to see, it's a lot of 90s stuff, a lot of Shaq rookies, got some Stadium Club, a lot of hoops, David Robinson. I'm looking at my list here of my submission. Steve Nash rookies, a lot of Shaq Tops rookies. I think I had 20-something plus. I haven't looked at this in a long time. A lot of Barry Sanders, Tops traded rookies. And then I had a lot of T-Mac, Metal Universe, Skybox, Tops rookies. More Steve Nash. A lot of MJ Hoops, 89.90. Nothing high-end. And that's the thing here, is nothing really super high-end. Some Kobe Bryant Tops rookies, but those weren't in the best shape. Got some AI rookies there. A lot of Gary Payton rookies. Some Chris Bosh. And I have a lot of KG Tops and Metal rookies in there, a ton of those. But one thing I did do, and this will tell you about the market, a lot of 1987 Tops, Mark McGuire. Now keep in mind what time it was when I submitted these, June. We were around the time of that documentary. The point was obviously to submit those, get those graded, get those out on the market to guys who are buying, but the market's moved on, right? Now stuff that I submitted that maybe an 8, an 8.5, stuff that's even short of a 10, or a 9.5, I guess, am I even going to get my money back? Because the point was to, as I said, go ahead and get those graded, get those out to everybody who wanted to buy them. And I think that's the gripe with a lot of the feedback I've been getting from guys who have watched this video. They're like, SGC, never again. Because when you're promising people 20 business days and you know as a company that you're already at 60, 70, 80, 90 business days, and you're not telling people that the only way people are finding out about this is by watching videos like mine and all the other guys and girls that are out there submitting and putting out their videos, that's extremely deceitful, and it's disappointing because people who are flipping, for instance, are counting on that information to make financial decisions. People that are stocking up stuff for their PC, less of a concern, right? So for them, doesn't matter. Submit it and forget it. Now for me, it happened. It is what it is. What can you do, right? In addition to those Maguires, just to wrap it up real quick, I had some Trouts from 2013, some 2018 Soto Gallery rookies, some Griffies here and there, second year stuff, and then some Leaf Draft Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, nothing high end, but a lot of the stuff, the market's a lot less favorable in terms of financial conditions these days. So keep that in mind when you're submitting your stuff. Keep all of these things in mind. I want to see all of you do well. Any questions, just go ahead and ask. And again, I'll have the reveal video up by next weekend, as long as they get the cards back to me timely, which I expect by mid next week.